7:31, we are also tracking the impact the snow is having on the roads this morning. Our Jacqueline Quinn is in our weather commander. She joins us live with how the roads are looking. Jackie, good morning to you. I know you're headed toward Prince George's County.
Yeah, you know what? I was just looking to see where we are. I think we are turning onto Norbeck Road at this time right now, but you can see definitely a lot of the snow on the ground. This is sort of the front view from our car, but I think if you just look on the side here, that's what came down. We experienced it right earlier this morning in Northern Virginia. I know I was really having to use my snow brush, but the roads out here, for the most part, they have been treated. So, you know, the roads, they're kind of like slippery, slushy, wet. The snow, I would say, is melting there. And it's kind of a wet snow anyways. But these trucks have been out here. I know that with DPW, that they said that they had approximately 200 trucks. Of course, the other cities and municipalities, a lot of trucks out working continuously to make sure to clear the snow so that people can drive through this. Now, the snow did look somewhat light this morning, but the issue here is really that it feels kind of wet. It wasn't super fluffy, and I would say it's like hard to build a snowman perhaps. But if you're driving around here, you want to leave extra space, right? Because as we saw one car earlier, it looked like they were skidding around. So while it looks wet, it's causing issues for some cars. You never know with their tires. So I'm really waiting to see potentially how much snow we actually received in Northern Virginia. I mean, I'm seeing a lot here. It's kind of a winter look out here, winter wonderland-esque, I would say, but I'm going to see, those totals a little bit later on to see if maybe I got a little bit more, because it was heavy lifting over there to clear my car. I don't know about you, Marcella.
Yeah, it was a little messy for me out there this morning, and definitely got worse the closer that I got into the district. Jackie, I want to ask you quickly, for people who do have to head out, any best tips you have for drivers who are having to head out on the roads today?
You know, I mean, personally for me, I would say that I did have to bring along, one of the snow brushes here, even for our car that we're driving now, just because if you're gonna go somewhere, you want to give yourself that extra time to clear the roof, the snow from your roof, because when you're driving around, that can cause issues for other drivers. But also check your tires, right? Because when it gets this cold, that air pressure might be down. So turn that car on, see if there are any warning signals or anything like that, so that you have that extra time and you're not rushing out the door, and then you have to worry you're in a situation where you're going to find a gas station for air or something like that. But I don't know about you. Did you find anything else that you might have to add to that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say I just had to put air in my tires earlier this week, so that is some good advice for drivers, and stay out of it if you can. Jackie, thank you so much. 7:34, much of Maryland is seeing snow this morning, and road conditions, they're already changing in some areas. State crews, they have been out making sure that the roads are safe for drivers. And joining us live this morning, Charlie Gischlar, Director of Communications for the Maryland Department of Transportation. Thanks for being with us. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for being with us and taking some time. What areas are you seeing the biggest impacts right now from this snowfall in Maryland?
Well, we're seeing it start to ebb in from west to east, which is a good thing. And we pre-treated the highways. We maintain the state-numbered non-tolled highways. We don't maintain every single road in the state. So we've been concentrating on the interstates, 495, 95, 270, US 50, and then, of course, all the arterial routes that we maintain, like Georgia Avenue, Connecticut, and that type of thing. So we've been out there with our crews and our contracting crews. Want to give them a big thumbs up because they're doing a good job. I just looked around the cameras, and it looks like we're down to bare pavement in most areas. But they are wet roads. So we can have the same conversation in the middle of the summer. If they're wet roads, they're not ideal driving conditions. So drive your speed limits down. And if you do have to be outside, stay behind our equipment. That's your best place to be.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate all the hard work those crews are doing. Can you talk about some of the technology you guys have in place where you're able to kind of figure out which roads need the most attention?
Great question. We started using over the past 10, 15 years infrared sensors on our fixed weather stations across the state. And that measures everything within a degree of a second, including like relative humidity, pavement temperature, air temperature, what type of precipitation is falling, what's on the ground. And we've started implementing that on about 100 of our trucks as well. So we have mobile infrared sensors. And I'm thinking something like I-270. If you're between Rockville and the Frederick County line, 1 degree of temperature can separate a wet road from a road that's about to freeze. So we could detect that in real time and be able to alert folks with our overhead message signs, and also get word to our operations center and get somebody out there to go ahead and treat the roadways before it does freeze. So infrared technology is one of the biggest things that we have now that's in our toolkit.
Yeah, that is huge. Such a game changer. Want to talk about the timing of this, right? A pretty ideal Sunday morning, overnight, no school. But what is your advice for people who still have to travel this morning?
Yeah, the best thing to do is go to roads.maryland.gov. There you can find, in the top left, you can get access to hundreds of live traffic cameras, any incidents that might be blocking your way, and access to our storm application on our rotating banner. That shows you where the equipment is and where they've been for the last half hour. So if you use all that information, you can develop a smart travel plan if you do have to go out today.
All right, Charlie Gischlar with MDOT. Thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Be safe.
You too.